Hey everybody, welcome to New Year Yoga for You, your 2019 5-day yoga challenge. I'm Rena and I will be your host for this journey. Today is day 1 and our focus is begin. So let's get started. I have a block here. You could also use a thick book or a phone book. It's not necessary at all, but this is the option I'm going to give you to start in today. It'll be an elevated kneeling. So I'll put the block or whatever prop you have under my tailbone. This gives a little relief for the knees. And then we'll start here seated, really rooting down through the tailbone. Close your eyes. Reach and lift up tall through the crown of your head. Let your shoulder blades just sink and sit down on your back. And begin to feel the breath in your body. And we'll take a few moments here to just connect with the fact that you showed up, that you chose to begin this journey. And give yourself a little smile for new beginnings, embracing what's to come, and releasing what has passed. Without judgment, just letting yourself be in this moment, here and now. With every breath in, maybe you can sit up a little taller, reaching the crown of your head up. And with every exhale, deepen your breath. And let things have ease and simplicity. And for the next couple of rounds of breath, let your mind settle on an intention or a focus that you want to have today. And maybe it's just this idea of beginning, showing up, being present, and enjoying the experience. You can open your eyes gently, release your hands from your lap, kind of shake them out a little bit. We'll take your left arm and bring it forward, inhaling. Exhaling, send it back. Keep your gaze forward. Do that 2 more times, really connecting with the breath here. Sweeping the arm up, inhale. And as you exhale, send the arm back. 1 more time like that. Reaching up on the inhale. And sending the arm back on the exhale. Let's do that 3 times the opposite direction. So as you inhale, reach back and up. And as you exhale, bring the arm down. Inhaling back and up. Exhaling down. 1 more time, just creating some mobility around the shoulder joint. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Let's just do the other side now. Inhaling as the arm reaches up, create lots of space and length. Exhaling as the arm goes back, and just notice if there's any sticky feelings. So for me, when I inhale here, when I get about right here, I start to notice it's a little stuck. So I just move really slow as I exhale. 1 more time here, inhaling up and exhaling back and follow your own breath. You don't have to breathe in sync with me. Inhaling as you reach back and up. And exhaling as you sweep forward. Inhaling, arm reaches back and up. Exhaling forward. One more time. Inhaling, reaching back and up. And exhaling, bringing it all down. Shake out your hands again. And let's just do shoulder rolls to the back. And reversing and moving to the front. This is one reason I like to elevate the hips here, because it gives us lots of room to move the arms. And then shake that out. Sweep your left arm up. Inhale. Exhale, reach the hand toward the floor. Take the other arm up and over. And when it reaches the top, a little bend toward the side. So check in here that the shoulder is stacked and not leaning forward. And the arm can reach straight and long. This bottom hand can have it planted or it can be fingertips. Really just wherever you can use that as leverage to keep that top shoulder open. Reach and breathe. Inhale, lengthen, reach through those fingertips. And with every exhale, maybe a little bit deeper in the side bend. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, deepen. Now use your core here, belly toward your spine. Lift back up. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Shake out your hands again. Reach that right arm down toward the floor. Left arm comes up. Inhale. As you exhale, begin to lean. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Really notice here if you're keeping the shoulders stacked, reaching through the fingertips. And the bottom hand is on fingertips, or maybe the palm touches, but wherever you need to be. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen, and really start to feel what's happening here in the side body. Inhale, lengthen, reach, exhale, deepen. And sometimes the pose doesn't go deeper when we deepen. You're just deepening the breath. Reaching through the fingertips, use your core. Next inhale, push off, come up, both hands reach up, and exhale, hands come right to your heart. Shake out those hands again. While we're here with the hands, let's do some wrist circles. Just one direction a few times, and then the other. I can actually hear mine popping as they're releasing. It's great for joint loosening of the hands. And then maybe spiral the fingers, little spider fingers one way, and then the other. Hands come straight out in front. Press like you're pressing against a wall. Check the shoulders. Shoulders stay down. Press through the hands. Still sitting up nice and tall. And then flip the hands down. Fingertips go toward the floor. And bring the hands and fingertips out straight toward me. Put one hand down. Take the other hand and reach just behind those fingertips. And then flip it over and reach the other side of the fingertips. Keep the shoulders down. And we'll do the other hand. So hand goes down, reach the fingers, just stretching here. And then release, flip the fingers down. And same thing, shoulders stay down. We're just getting a nice stretch to the forearm. Shake that out again. Let's do one little twist here before we move on. So inhale, both arms up. Exhale, twisting to your left. You can just mirror me. That outside hand comes to the knee. And then you're creating a lot of length here, lifting and reaching. Ribs raise, tailbone reaches down. Exhale, twist a little more. If this hurts the neck, you can always take the neck out of it. And then watch what's happening with this knee. If it starts to slide forward, just pull it back. So I'm going to try to keep the knees in alignment. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, twisting a little deeper. With your next inhale, come all the way up, arms reach up. We'll just move right to the other side. Exhale, gentle twist. Remember to be kind to your neck. Check that knee, hug it back in if it's trying to send itself forward so that you're keeping the knees roughly in line and you're sitting up nice and tall. Inhaling and lengthening, reaching. Exhaling and twisting maybe a little bit more with every exhale. With your next inhale, come up and bring your hands right back down to your heart. So if your mat isn't facing me, go ahead and turn it. I'm going to come off the block. Go ahead and turn it where it's facing me. I'm actually going to do this facing you instead of to the side so you can see what I'm doing with my legs. And just come onto hands and knees. Knees under the hips. Feet are just straight back. And then wrists under shoulders. And really press into the floor like you're pushing the floor away. And then have your head, crown of your head toward me. And then from here we'll just do a couple of rounds of cat and cow. So you'll inhale, drop your belly, lift your head and your bottom, reaching up with the head and the chin if that's okay for your neck. And exhaling, rounding like a cat. Take your time, really take the luxury of the breathing and the slow down here. Inhaling as you look up. Arching the back, really exaggerated here. And exhale, round your back, drop your head. Imagine a little string pulling you up from the middle of your back. Inhale here. Smile. And on your exhale, round. And always remember to follow your own breath. You don't have to stay with me or your neighbor, anyone else you're doing yoga with. Come back to a nice neutral spine here. We're going to send your left leg out to the side. This is why it is helpful to be doing this on carpet or somewhere that you can grip that foot. And if that doesn't work, you can switch your mat again. And then really plant that foot down. And then we'll walk the hands back so that you can come up. Shoulders up, back and down. So you're in a version of gate pose here. So not locking out this knee. My foot is flexed, so my toes are turned toward the long end of my mat. But you could be here if that doesn't work for your foot. So just place the foot wherever it feels comfortable for you. I feel more stable when it's facing this way, but it might affect the way the hip joint feels. So you don't want this to hurt. You want to feel okay here. And I should have had you grab your block. So let's have the block maybe on the tall side or your book on the tall side and just place it right there so it'll be ready for you. And then from here, reach your right arm up. And remember, you're just mirroring me, so you don't have to always know what we're doing right or left, even if I'm saying it. Just do it like you're looking in the mirror. So your exhale took you to this little side bend. We're not creating pressure here with that bottom hand. Reaching through the fingertips. It's like we're between two panes of glass here, so really open. This is a version of what we did kneeling earlier. It's a side body stretch. Then come up with both hands, inhaling, and exhale right toward that block. And reach, reach, reach. So legs are active, but the knee isn't locked out. You can fire up your hamstrings and your glute muscles. Really reach. That helps with strength and stability. Inhale here and exhale and look down toward your hand. Keep breathing here. Inhale, bring your gaze back toward me. And exhale. And then gently pushing off. Inhale, coming all the way up. And exhaling, hands right back to your heart. Lean forward, release that leg. And we'll just move to the other side. So I'll go ahead and place my block here. Come back to center though, and let's do a couple of rounds of cat and cow before we move on. So remember, it's inhale, drop your belly, arch your back, lift up with your head and your bottom, and then exhale, rounding into cat. One more, inhaling, arch your back, looking up or just reaching up, and exhale, round. And then coming back to neutral spine. Take that opposite leg out to the side. You have all those same options. And just walk the hands up, finding something that feels okay here. Remember, this foot can turn out a little or toes can turn toward me. Main thing is that you find something that feels okay. It doesn't hurt. For me, when my toes are forward, I feel it more here, but it feels good, like it's working and creating some stability. Slight bend in this knee so we're not locking out. And then hips are facing forward. So check in with that. Just right back to center. Inhale, left arm comes up. And as you exhale, a slight little bend here. So it's helpful to really have that extended leg kind of even with the knee. So if it's really far back, it might cause a balance problem. So we're just here. Again, this bottom hand is just there. It's not pressing. We're lengthening. Then use your core. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, leaning right toward that block or phone book or book or whatever it is you're using. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Keep the legs active. And if this doesn't feel like enough of a stretch, you can always lower down to a lower level. Just do what feels good to you. Inhale here. As you exhale, look down. Reach, reach through those fingertips. Inhale, bring your gaze back to the front. Keep breathing. On your next inhale, gently push off. Bring both arms up. Hands come down through your heart, to your heart on the exhale. Bend into the knee, lean forward, release that foot. Another round of cat and cow here. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time, actually. Inhaling, arching your back, and exhaling and rounding. I'm going to go ahead and turn to the side. So stay in tabletop, but from here, we'll work a little bit with a modified side plank. So find tabletop, knees under hips, wrists under shoulders, really strong here. Press the floor away, length through the crown of your head. And it really doesn't matter which foot you start with or which leg you start with. So just take one leg back, curl the toes, get a little calf stretch here. And then turn the inside part of the foot toward the floor, so the big toe edge. And the other foot is just pointing back toward that foot. Then your front hand will start to come toward the center, like between your other hand and the knee. And see how you're doing with balance here. And then maybe bring the hand right to your heart. Careful not to lock out this elbow. Keep all the lift and length, and then maybe reach that arm up. And maybe look up. It changes the balance a little. and breathe. And if this is not feeling good for your neck, bring your gaze forward. So again, we're getting all that side body stretch that we've been working on the whole class. We're lifting and reaching here. You can really use the resistance of that bottom hand against the floor to really get nice and open in the chest and shoulders. Then bring that arm and reach it over and forward if you can. And then bring it down. And then the knee comes back down. Sit back on your heels and give your hands a break. And then we'll just do the other side, and I'll actually turn around so you can see the front as I demonstrate that again. So nice, strong tabletop here. Take that other foot that you haven't done yet back, curl the toes, stretch into that calf, and then turn the big toe edge of the foot down and start to slowly walk that front hand to where you can find some balance here. Looking down, lots of length through the crown of your head. And when that feels okay, and you could just stay here, this is totally up to you. You can bring the hand to the heart, check in with your balance. I'm going to actually adjust my wrist just a little. Check in with your balance, looking down first. A lot of strength in both legs. Hips are nice and solid. And maybe that arm reaches up. And maybe you look up. So for me, looking up feels okay for maybe a round of breath or two. But then I prefer to bring it back down. I'll reach that arm overhead. Reach. And then bring it down, turning back. Find your tabletop again. And this time we'll actually take the knees a little wider than hip distance. Send the hips back toward the knees. So let's do that in stages. Let's just come down to the elbows, see how we feel here. If going all the way back here for Balasana, Child's Pose, is not comfortable for you or causes any strain in the knees, you can take a blanket or a pillow and place it between the calves and the thighs. And then come down to elbows, or maybe all the way to the floor, and find a little rest here. Breathing in, breathing out. Let the intention that you set for class, let that come back to mind and just honor that. Give yourself some love and gratitude for showing up to begin this journey with me. Keep breathing deeply. Notice your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Find softness in your face, neck, shoulders, back. And sink a little more with every exhale. Place your palms on the floor, look forward, slide your hands back, come up to tabletop. If you were using a prop, you can remove it. We'll come just to sit right on your bottom, and then feet come out, sit up nice and tall, and we'll just slowly roll down onto your back. So exhaling, rolling down. Find yourself flat on your back, knees bent, hands on your belly. Shoulder blades are really nice and tucked under, eyes closed. Fill your body with your breath. Knees and thighs can be touching with feet apart, or you can just have your knees and feet hip distance apart. I actually like the knees and thighs dropping in here. It's a nice release for the low back. Feels really good. Breathe. Find a softness in your face, neck, and shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring one knee toward your chest, reaching behind the thigh or around your shin. Send the other leg out long. Flex into that extended leg, flex that foot. And then take your hand to the outside of the thigh of the bent knee and roll the knee over for a twist. So when you do that, your opposite arm might come up. Sweep it up and around and open, and if it's still hovering like mine is, rock a little back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Maybe even bring it further down so it doesn't have to be way up here. It can be more here. Breathe. And you can always turn your head toward that shoulder, the back shoulder, but I prefer to just rest simply here and let my gaze be to the ceiling, or really just have my eyes closed. Breathing in, breathing out. Gently inhale, come back to center. We'll just switch sides, bend the opposite knee, bring it toward you. Send that other leg out straight and long. And then we'll just twist over toward the straight leg. Let the arms circle up and around and open. You can rock back and forth if you want to. You could always place a block or a blanket under that shoulder if it didn't feel good to just let it hang out there. For me on this side, it's a little more open, so I'll just stay here. Your gaze can turn toward that shoulder or not, up to you. Once you find the twist, just create some ease and breathe. Breathing in, breathing out. Let your next breath in bring you back to center. And maybe this time both knees come toward your chest. You can always open them a little bit, rock a little left and right. And set up here for a short little rest in Shavasana. Feet come down. Walk your feet out so that your legs are out nice and long. Shoulder blades tucked under. You're welcome to put a pillow under your knees or a blanket under your head. It always feels nice. And then shoulder blades tucked under, palms face up, and have your arms generously open. So not just so rigid right by your sides, but really out here. Breathe in, breathe out. connected to the breath. A hand on the belly is always really helpful. Come back to the intention that you set. This beginning, this starting this journey together. Find stillness. Gently begin to let your exhale be a little longer than your inhale. And with every exhale, belly button pushes toward the spine, really pressing out all the air. Inhaling in new, fresh air. Continue like this. Breathing in, breathing out. And when you're ready, reach your arms overhead, stretching. Lots of space from your fingertips to your toes. Gently make your way to one side. Take a generous round of breath here. Press the floor away. Your eyes can be closed or still soft here. Find that comfortable seat. Sit up nice and tall. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring your hands right to your heart. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. Begin.